Hey there, welcome, Andrew Medlam here. Now, if you've never come across me before, that's absolutely fine. Inside this video, I want to tell you a little bit about me, and I also want to give you context around the document, how to increase your conversations and sales in the next 24 to 48 hours for coaches who are struggling right now in this chaos that we're living in within the world to generate more conversations, get more clients, generate sales, and increase their cash flow. So my name's Andrew Medlam, and for the last 8 years, I've been working with coaches to help them just do that, to help them to get their message out into the world in front of the right people at the right time, to be able to attract them, to generate conversations, to get them into a sales call, to generate more sales, to bring that revenue, cash flow in the door, to help them survive, to put them in a place where they can thrive in the world, to serve bigger. So you're here right now because you want to generate more conversations, you need more sales, and you need to increase that cash flow. And especially in the world that we live in today, where there's just fear, scarcity, people are hoarding onto the money, they don't know what to do, they don't know what's going to happen. And there's a lot of confusion as well in the coaching industry. Even some of the big leaders, some of the gurus, some of the influencers are telling coaches to relax. They're telling them just to take time out, see what's going to happen, just sit on the fence. Take this time to look at your website and to reword your copy on your website, rewrite your marketing script, look at your sales funnel, do all of this stuff. Just wait to see what's going to happen because people are not spending the money. People are telling coaches to stop selling. And not only is that not helping you, but it's also not helping the economy as well. Because if you understand how the economy works, if money stops flowing, the economy stops and the economy crashes. So you need to be doing your bit to keep cash flow flowing around the globe. So I've put this document together to help you to generate more conversations and to make more sales in the next 24 to 48 hours. And I've created this video to go along with the document to give more context, to share more wisdom, to help you to make this happen. So, one of the first things I share inside the document is a process, is a formula, is like a funnel, right? Now, typically you might think of a funnel as like, okay, so I need to buy lead pages, or I need to buy ClickFunnels, and I need to create a landing page, I need to create a VSL, a webinar, a two-step funnel, I need a back-end sequence and all that stuff, right? And whilst I love that stuff, and whilst I use that stuff on myself and my clients, right now, that's like a long game strategy, right? Just building a VSL itself and a power content, a presentation that converts with 50 slides in it that lasts 35 minutes, 45 minutes alone can take, some people months to create. And right now you don't have that time. You don't have time to waste on strategies that are long term. You need a strategy right now that's going to bring cash through the door in the next 24, 48, 57 hours, right? So the first page that I share with you is my message to what I believe you need to be doing. The second page is where I share the strategy, right? I'm going to work through this strategy now because the page after that is actually where I share like deep insight into each step. So what I'm going to do now is actually share that strategy, and I'm also going to share the deep insight and give you more information on that as well. So the first step is to understand on social media, and excuse my drawing, okay, I was never actually good at maths at school, or I was actually never good at art, as you can see, right? But there's a world out there right now of people suffering. There's a world right now of people on social media. There's more people on social media today than there has been like forever, right? Because nobody longer is at work. They're all at home, they're all on their smartphones, they're all on the laptops, they're all on the tablets, and predominantly they're all on social media. So there's more people today on social media than ever before. So what you need to do is you need to go out there into social media, onto LinkedIn, into Facebook, into Instagram, and you need to identify where your potential clients are hanging out. Now, to be truthful, this is a strategy that I've always implemented. This is not just something new that I've created for this epidemic that we're going through today. This is a strategy that I give to new coaches that come into me that need help. And before we can actually optimize and scale, we need to create some security, right? We need to make things work organically first. So this is an organic strategy that you can implement starting today to start generating conversations. So number one, we need to identify where this audience is. Okay, so this is number one. Identify where your audience is hanging out online. So groups, pages, who are they having conversations with that potentially you could be having those conversations with them, right? So once you understand where they're hanging out online, it's like, okay, so they're over there right now, and I need to pull them towards me. I need to bring them into my circle of influence. So as everybody has on social media, they have a personal profile. Now, just to clarify, I am talking about personal profile. I'm not talking about a business page. I'm talking about a personal profile, especially on Facebook. So your people are over there, hanging out in groups, hanging out in pages, having conversations with other people, and you need to attract them. You need to bring them into your circle of influence. So you need to go out there every day, and you need to be inviting people to connect with you on a personal level. And that's not rocket science. Okay, and to be truthful, this is not a new strategy, but the thing is, because this is so simple, a lot of people say, Andy, really? And they think that this is beneath them, yet they're struggling to generate sales. A sale is a sale, all right? You can't optimize until you master this first. So understand that a sale is a sale, and this is not beneath anybody. I know 7-8 figure earners that optimize and have mastered this as well, and simultaneously they're working together. So audience, your personal profile. Now your personal profile is what I call, and if you look on the in-depth information, I call this an influencer profile. Because as soon as they come to you, that's step 2, as soon as they come to you, they need to come to your profile. And because what happens when you befriend somebody? Naturally, people are nosy, they're curious, they're inquisitive, right? So they go snooping. So if you connect with somebody and they befriend you, they're going to look at your profile. They want to know who you are. Well, who's this guy that's added me? Who's this woman that's added me to their personal profile? And they come snooping. So if they come snooping and they see that your banner says something about what you do and who you help and the results that you produce, if your featured image down here on your profile is giving them something way free that attracts them, that aligns with their struggles or their desires that they want to create, if your posts that you post out on a daily basis is what I call dream client magnet assets, if all of these are if they're all relevant, if they're showing empathy, if they're being intimacy, if you're showcasing their challenges and their obstacles, if your profile is set up in an influencer way that's designed and engineered and structured to attract the people that you want to serve, the people you introduce into your circle of influence, what are they going to do? Well, naturally they're going to read more, but instantly you're going to be perceived as the person who can help them overcome their problems. And if your posts, inside your posts, if you're creating offers, if you're posting lead magnet posts, if you're inviting them to, send you a private message, if you're sending them into a VSL, if you've got anything like that that you can, offer them, you're going to start attracting people that are actually going to send you messages. That's what happens. It's human basic instinct. If you can showcase that you can help somebody, they're naturally attracted towards you. That's the way humans work. Once they've come to your profile, then your job, because the Facebook algorithm, every time you post, everybody's not always going to see your post. So ideally what you want to be doing then is then sending them on a journey and inviting them to join your group. Now, let me just say, in the document, I gave an analogy that if you had the opportunity to speak in front of an audience of 5,000 people who were all positioned with the struggle that you help them to overcome, and they all wanted the desire that you can actually help them achieve, and you could, speak on a stage in front of them people, you would make sure that every single seat is filled with your dream perfect client, right? Well, inside Facebook, you get the opportunity to add 5,000 people. So you want to make sure that all these 5,000 people are all your potential dream clients, right? Now, as you're inviting people, some people are not going to interact, you're going to be inviting the wrong people, and you can always, delete them from being a friend and then start adding more people. But that's what you want to do. Okay, and then your job is to get them into the group. And I'm going to show you how to do that, and I've shown you how to do that in the document as well, right? But your job then is to get them into the group. And into the group, it's all about what I call an EMI. So this is where you're educating them, this is where you're motivating them, this is where you're inspiring them, and this is where, again, you're just attracting them even more. You create a lot more touch points so they get coming to know you, like you, and trust you even more. And this is where you can then actually, invite them into more conversations. And I guess really the deeper they go, the more qualified they're going to be. So by the time they get on the phone, they're more inclined to have no objections that needs handling, and it's an easy sell. Because ideally, that's what marketing should be. And if you know anything about marketing, if you know Peter Drucker says marketing should make selling superfluous. And that means that marketing should do all the heavy lifting. So by the time that somebody comes to you for a conversation, basically it's a very short conversation, they just want a few questions answering. You want to make sure that what you've got is an ideal fit, and then they're in. And that's how you make marketing superfluous or selling superfluous. So we find out where people are, we invite them into our world. Once we invite them into our world, straight away we start positioning as the influence in the marketplace. Potentially we're attracting PMs and getting people on the call there, but ideally we want them be bringing them into the group where we can nurture them, where we can educate them, where we can motivate them, and where we can inspire them. And that's step 3. So from there, what we want to be doing is we want to be getting them onto what I call a temperature test call. A temperature test call is a 10-minute call that you can quickly just ask 5 questions that allows them to talk, so you can test the temperature to see if they're serious, to see if they're hungry, to see if they're committed, to see if they're ready to move forward, or to see if they fulfill the criteria that you need in order to invite them to a full 45 minutes, 60-minute strategy session. And the reason why I put a temperature test call in place is because time's valuable. Time is your most valuable asset. Once it's spent, you can never get it back. And you don't want to waste your time filling your calendar up with people on strategy sessions straight away. First of all, it's like a little interview, right? It's an interview, it's a secret interview. You bring them through, you ask them 5 questions, you take notes, you test the temperature, see if they're ready, see if they're committed, see if they're hungry, see if they're serious. And then if they are, then you can then invite them to a 45-minute strategy session. Time's our most valuable asset. We need to protect our time. So I would rather have, 3 of these and then invite one person through to a 45-minute call instead of having 3 of these and just enrolling one person. Does that make sense? So every time you have a strategy session, they're primed, they're ready, they're serious, they're hungry. So that's actually reducing the time from 45 minutes, maybe down to 30 minutes, maybe even 25 minutes, depending on your capabilities of actually, closing a deal, closing a sale. So that's really the simple steps. Step 1, find out where your audience is hanging out, invite them into your world, make sure that your personal profile is optimized at a level where you're an influencer as soon as somebody comes through. Make sure you've got dream magnet assets posted on your profile. Invite them into your group where you're going to nurture them, you're going to educate them, you're going to motivate them, you're going to inspire them, invite them onto a temperature test call, and then if they qualify, you can get them onto a 45-minute strategy session, and then from there you're going to create an offer, and you're going to make a sale, and you're going to bring in some revenue, right? You're going to bring in some dollars. It's a very simple strategy that anybody can implement. Now, also inside the document, I've actually gave you a small framework of the conversations that you need to be having as well. Because it's not a case of just adding people and then leaving them alone and letting them take action. It's a very, very passive way of building a business. If you're a coach, right, as a business owner, you need to be proactive in actually generating conversations at each step. And you'll notice that on the document that I share, there's little messengers. Okay? What you need to be doing is when somebody connects with you, you need to have a conversation with them. Okay? You need to jump into Messenger and have an introductory conversation. Get to know them. Start building a relationship. Once they come through to your profile, then the step to get them to there is by invitation. Well, you've already started the conversation, so why not invite them to the group, right? And then from the group, you carry the conversation on and invite them into a call if you feel as though you can really serve them. And if they're interacting with your posts as well, if they're interacting with your Facebook Lives, even more so to get them on a temperature test call because they're proving that they are somebody that needs your help. Does all this make sense? This is a system, this is a strategy, this is a funnel that you can engineer, that you can create and design very, very quickly within the next few hours, right? It doesn't take long to update that. It's not rocket science to find where people are hanging out. You've got a script of somebody's script, right? I give clients full scripts at each step of the journey that helps them to close deals very, very quickly. But you've got a general idea now of what you need to be doing. I've also given you daily actionable steps that you need to do each and every day to make sure that this happens. Like you need to add 50 people a day. You need to be posting your personal profile each and every day. You need to be sending so many messages each and every day. You need to be inviting so many people into your group each and every day. You need to be making so many invitations for people to come for a temperature test call each and every day. You need to be making sure that you get enough strategy sessions each and every day to be able to create more offers and generate the cash and sales that you need for you to survive, to be able to put yourself into thrive so you can actually serve your community at a higher level, if that makes sense. So you've got this strategy, you've got in-depth information, especially not just with the document, but with what I've just gone through right now with you. You've got what you need to have in place to actually make this happen above the daily growth activity. You've got a productivity tracker that's going to allow you to keep on track so you know what you've done when you've done it, so you can see each and every week what you're doing. And just that alone, seeing everything ticked off, just helps you to create more momentum in your business. And you'll just see your conversations grow and your sales grow. So I hope that's been super helpful for you. Now, as I said earlier on, With clients, I actually give them in-depth strategy on how to make this work, conversations, scripts, processes, formulas, give them the sheets and they just go away and do it and start generating sales. One of my clients recently has just gone from struggling to make, $600 sales a month on chunks of change like, $100 here, $50 there, $200 there. And within a matter of 3 weeks, he's just got 2 sales at $9,000 using this strategy, and $5,000 of that $9,000 is actually cashing the bank instantly. And he did that very, very quickly. So if you need help, if you need guidance around this, if you need to accelerate your growth and accelerate this and collapse timeframes, then underneath this button, there's a place where you can actually schedule a call with me and we can have a conversation. We can see, I can find out what you're doing. I can understand your business, understand your needs. I can relate to how I can help you. And if I can't help you, I'll put you in a position where somebody else can. But if I can help you, I will invite you to work with me where we can do this. And we can, once we've got, 5, 6 sales under our belts and you've banked like $15,000 to $20,000, we can then look at optimizing it and scaling it. I hope that's been super useful. Go ahead, implement this information and just watch the conversations and your sales grow. I'll speak to you soon.